You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. And once you do, the magic will begin to happen. I'm happy to use my life as an example so that others can learn. You may have to let some things go before you become successful. Success looks different on everybody, and so does the process. Some of you want success but don't want to let go of the exact thing that's in your way of obtaining success. You can't have it both ways. Welcome to Living Your Truth with Tavares. Wow, thank you. I am living in my blessing. Thank you so much. This is great. Wow. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him, and I am so happy to be here with y'all today, as I am every Saturday. Today, we're going to be talking about push past fear. But first, I want to say what's up to everybody up top, what's up to everybody in the middle, and what's up to everybody down here around me. We are in season 8, as you all know, and through these evolutions and through sharing and through transparency and trial and error, I still bring you this show because I understand what it means to push past fear. I prep for my shows because I want to be intentional about bringing better versions of myself to this show. I don't try to come onto the show and be polished or very perfect of any stretch of the imagination. I like to consider what I bring to this show very authentic, very original, and very passionate. A lot of love and a lot of fault. So when it comes to pushing past fear, it's very important to understand what fear is there for. Is it there to remind us? Is it there to make us feel something? Is it there to make us understand what we are about to go up against? What is it about fear? Fear is powerful. It paralyzes people. It paralyzes me when I allow it to. See, fear only has power when we give it power. Fear doesn't have any other power when we don't give it power. It's just a word. We've been conditioned to understand what that means, and fear can be a good thing. Fear can be a saving grace. But when it comes to fear that gets in the way of your obstacles, your dreams, your goals, again, it's important to understand what that fear is there for. Sometimes in life, that fear is like a speed bump, right? It's like a speed bump. It slows you down. You're moving through life hella fast. You're trying to get here. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do that. You want to meet her. She wants to meet him. And we got to be ready for all of it. So as we go into life, as we show up to ourselves, that fear, it's always available, right? What's wrong is always available, just like what's right is. So when we stepped into fear, it's important that we at least allow ourselves to account for the fear, understand where it comes from. It's not what's on the surface. Chances are it's something that's a bit deeper than that. It may go back to childhood. I know some of my fears do. And I'm still unpacking them now. That's what I find so interesting about my life right now, about being in my body, about being alive right now and experiencing me right now. I'm not so much caught up in experiencing the world, the external version of what's going on. I'm more caught up in experiencing the internal being of me. That, for me, it's exciting. It's very exciting. I understand that I have the opportunity to always show up to myself, but I don't always do it because sometimes I want to do other things and I get frustrated because I got to be careful about which version of myself I am willing to feed. We all have different versions of ourselves, y'all. We are not just one way. I used to think that I was one way, but then, I was quick to find out that I wasn't just one way. I was very dynamic, extremely dynamic, with a lot of energy. And as I lived on and experienced life, I began to have more and more insight. And the more and more insight I began to accumulate, then I found myself reading more. And I love doing that. I love learning. I love putting that into my body, putting that into my experience of being me. So, pushing past fear, you have all that you need within you. We're going to break that down. We're going to break down fear. And we're going to also understand that fear, sometimes without fear, we wouldn't be able to go where we have gone. And we wouldn't be able to have touched or tasted or seen things if we didn't decide, you know what? I'm going to do this. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back.
Sit tight. We're paying some bills and we'll be right back.
Get your next nutrition coach at thebodysynthesis.com today. What's up, everybody? I'm Tavares.
Hey, yo, this is Eminem.
And there's only one podcast to be listening to. That is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Yo, M, thanks for the love. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we're talking about push past fear. And why it's important. It's important because you have a lot of things waiting for you out there. That's what I learned through my journey, so I'm sharing. I found that I had a lot of things waiting for me on the other side of my choices, on the other side of my decisions. I never really quite looked at my life like that. I never looked at the way I went about making decisions and what was on the other side. I was so caught up in what was just right in front of me, right? The tangible things. But then I began to, do a little bit of research and, loving on myself and started to really, get involved more so with my vibration and my frequency. And that afforded me the opportunities to then go seek help. Shout out to my Dr. Janice. That allowed me to go seek counsel from people who had the experience, right? Didn't just want to get counsel from people who, didn't have the experience. Wanted to speak to people who had similar experiences. And then, of course, I bounce it off of other folks, because that's what we do with our fear, right? We start to ask questions. We'll ask friends or family members or cousins or, whomever. Maybe it's your personal trainer, right? Like you'll just ask these questions because you're really trying to figure out, how can I get beyond this? This fear really has a hold of me. And so what I started to do was challenge myself. I had smaller challenges. Maybe it was getting up in the morning at 4 a.m, right? Start somewhere small. Things that once made me feel uncomfortable, I began to just step into them. I didn't even think much about it, just went for it, right? Recognizing the power in the now, right? Not putting things off, right? So it's not about just jumping out into wanting to get over that one major fear, because there's multiple fears, right? There's all kinds of fears, right? There's fears that feed into other fears that we don't even really pay attention to until we give it a moment. And so that's what I'm talking about. The pushing is you and us getting beyond those self-inflicted barriers, right? Those limiting beliefs that we have probably placed there ourselves just by staying in a negative state of mind. So no one's telling us this, but we've told ourselves whatever it is that we've told ourselves that has us feeling a lower vibration so many times that we actually believe it. And so it stops us. And getting past it, that's where the work comes in. Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's Pilates, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's a walk, a run, a hike, maybe it's just sitting still. Figure it out, because it's there waiting for you. Don't allow the fears to paralyze you. Don't allow that to happen. And that's why I'm doing this show today. Because I was just, one thing I wanted to be on season 8 was a lot more organic. So I definitely have like an outline of how I want the season to go. But when it comes to the subject matter, and when it comes to the preparation for the subject and the discussion with you all, I wanted that to even be more in the moment. I wanted that to feel like you and I were having a conversation. So I didn't want it to be too polished. Not that that's a bad thing. It's not. It's a great thing. But when I think about being creative and I think about connecting with the audience, I think about exactly that, connecting. And in order for us to connect, I believe that we have to have what seems to be like a conversation between me and you, right? As if I'm at the table, kitchen table with you, chilling at the house, or we're on the couch. So when it came time for me to push past fears, even starting this podcast, I had to go for it. Like, there was many times where I didn't want to hit the send button, but I was like, man, you got to just do this. You've been wanting to do this. You can do this. And so I began to do it. And the fear became less and less and less. And I became more and more empowered. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back.
Experience the mind-expanding powers. It's psychedelic, baby. That's what it's all about.
What you say?
I heard it through the grapevine.
Remember, practice positive self-talk. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Hey, come outside. Check out my new car I just got from Riverside Premier Motors. They hooked me up. Riverside Premier Motor has everything you're looking for in a vehicle. Dependability, gas saver, mid-size, full-size, SUVs, and luxuries. Bad credit, no credit, bankruptcies, no worries. Financing is available. Riverside Premier Motors is a pre-owned late model dealer that provides customers with a complete automotive experience, Carfax, and competitive prices. Riverside Premier Motors is dedicated to customer satisfaction. We're passionate about our cars, and we intend on sharing that passion with our customers. Come by today and check out our affordable inventory of dependable cars. Riverside Premier Motors is located in Riverside. From the 91 East, take the 215 North and exit La Cadena. Or call us 951-682-7770, 951-682-770, or hit us up online, www.riversidepremiermotors.com. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we're talking about push past fear. Have you ever had to do this? And if so, how often? What did you ask yourself in that moment? Did you make it past the fear? And if so, how? It is so important that we all remember how, because it is there we will find the blueprint to doing it again and again and again. Before we went to break, I mentioned that every time I pushed past the fear, it became easier and I became more empowered. There's power in vulnerabilities, y'all. I've mentioned this several times before on many of the episodes. A few ways to fight your fears. Take a time out. I've been doing this lately. This actually works. And when I take a time out, I practice stillness. I just sit. Sometimes I meditate, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do a body scan. That's just me feeling my body from head to toe, literally going through my body, envisioning every single body part. Breathe through panic. That's a great one. We have to do that. Very, very important. It's impossible to think clearly when you're flooded with fear or anxiety. Face your fears. This is very important. We all have the capabilities of doing this. Face your fears. There's empowerment there. Imagine the worst. And then imagine yourself on the other side of that. Look at the evidence. What does it tell you? There must be more than one outcome, right? There always is. Don't try to be perfect. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Practice positive self-talk and thoughts. It works. Don't try to be something that you're not. Visualize a happy place. We all have a happy place. I know you do. I do. My happy place is the recording studio. Another happy place for me is at home. And also, you can talk about it. I mentioned several different ways to push past your fears, to fight your fears, to understand your fears, and understanding you and yourself and where you come from and how you navigate this part of your life. Don't think things worse than they are either. Think them as they are. See them as they are. Right? Right. Fear only has power if we allow it. Okay? Fear has helped me. It's helped me to sit down and be still. It's helped me to sit down and look at my situation, look at myself. Where are you at, Tavares? Do you like where you are? Do you like how this makes you feel? How are you feeling? I ask myself that several times throughout the day because it helps me to stay present. So practice that. A lot of times we get caught up in what's going on. We get caught up in the day-to-day. We get caught up in who owes me money and how much am I going to get of it today? Enjoy being who you are. The problems aren't going nowhere. You can take a day or even 2 days off from thinking about your problems, and guess what? Come back, they still gonna be there. So give yourself a few hours. Start small. Because the more you give back to you, you're gonna find and feel a bit more whole, a bit more in love and in touch and in tune and involved with yourself. So fear is not only a bad thing, it's a good thing when used the right way. And then, of course, it can be paralyzing if we give it that unnecessary power that we often do when we, you and I, and the rest of the world become scared. You are stronger than you appear. You are wise. And you are here with me on Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back.
Beachgoers all know the best way to start the day. It's breakfast at Burgers West. Breakfast is cooking at Burgers West every morning, while you can just about smell the fresh hot coffee brewing up and down the beach. Try their sun-up sandwich, cheese, eggs, and 2 ounces of sausage on a hot, fresh bun for only 99 cents. Burgers West, 1794 Beach Boulevard in Huntington Beach. There's a whole bunch of farm fresh 2-inch thick omelets to choose from. Cheese, sausage and cheese, chili and cheese. Just great with Burgers West fresh hot coffee, down home mouth watering biscuits, and southern fried taters. Breakfast at Burgers West, it will set you straight for the whole day and get you going on your way. 1794 Beach Boulevard near Pacific Coast Highway in friendly Huntington Beach. Great quality eating at down home prices. See for yourself if they don't have the best darn breakfast along the entire coast. Open at 6 a.m. every day of the week. Burgers West. Great meals at great prices.
Hey everybody, Tavares here.
Hey, what's up? This is your girl Rihanna.
And you are rocking with us at Living Your Truth with Tavares podcast. Hey Riri, what up? Shout out to you and ASAP. The family's looking beautiful.
Western Auto recently did a 40,000-mile road test that compared brands of steel-belted radial tires on 3 identical cars. Firestone on one, Goodyear on another, and Western Auto tires on a third car. After 40,000 miles, the test showed no measurable difference in wear or condition. Remember that test when you need tires because there could be a measurable difference in price. Western Auto has the steel-belted radials you want at a price you can afford. See Western Auto.
Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we're talking about push past fear. I love this a lot. I love all the episodes, y'all know. But I said I wanted to do some special things in season 8, and I believe we're doing those special things. And by talking about pushing past the fear, it is so important because a lot of people out there, they get stuck in that fear. A lot of people won't even leave the house, okay? Because they're afraid of what may or may not happen when they leave the house. So I don't make light of this at all. If you're working to achieve a positive goal, then you should push through the anxiety that comes up as you step outside your comfort zone. There are beautiful things outside of your comfort zone. Let me tell you, there are some beautiful things outside your comfort zone. But you have to be willing to go there. Are you willing to go there? That's the question that everyone's always asking themselves anyway, including me. I get caught up in the program too. I second guess myself far too often, and I don't even know why. I mean, sometimes I do, and I know where it comes from. So let me be clear. I don't shoot with a blindfold on. I'm very specific and very intentional about my target. And I understand where I come from. And I continue to dig into my past. I continue to ask questions about my heritage and about what types of things went on. Because back then they weren't proactive when it came to like brain health and inquiring with the doctor and reading. And of course there was no Google back then, right? So it was all hearsay. And now we have access to technology and information, and you can find what you're looking for, is what I'm saying. Learning relaxation techniques helps. That helps too when it comes to pushing past fear. I don't want y'all to think it's just one way. You don't have to be one way with this. I believe it's a continuum, right? It's like a health continuum. When it comes to fear and people having anxiety, and I'm in that group, ADHD, PTSD, I tell you this, what I do, I have now grown to understand that it's not just one thing that I do. It's all the things that I do. It's the one of many things that I do, okay? It's going to the gym, okay? It's meditating, okay? It's eating clean, drinking a lot of water, having good conversations, being a servant leader, showing gratitude, moving with good vibrations and intention, and being there for people and giving. This is what I've been building, y'all, and I'm still building it, and you can build it too. I'm here to let you know you can build this too. You're more than capable. You're more than able. Okay? Believe in yourself. I do. Go into the mirror, practice Tavares' world famous mirror talk, and speak to yourself. Ask yourself some questions. Okay? Talk to yourself. And if you have nothing to say to yourself, then go into the mirror and just look at yourself. Take inventory. Look at your features. Look at how beautiful you are. Look at the way your eyebrows arch. Look at your eyes. I mean, look at yourself. Look at what makes you you. Look at that mass of energy. That is all energy. What's looking back at you is energy in motion. That is your reflection. Energy in motion in a controlled state called the body. Just does something to you. Gives you chills when you think about it, right? Right. Attention goes where your energy goes. And energy goes where your attention goes. We're not here to be cool. I mean, we are cool kids. I think we are. But that's not why we're here. We're here to live our truths and to live them without any shame, any shade. And live them in full color, full vibrant, elevating color. That's what we're here to do, y'all. So I want everyone to give themselves a real big hug right now, and you shout out, I love you, because I love you. And this is Living Your Truth with Tavares, and we will be right back. If I love you more than I love myself, then I may lose myself. So it is mandatory that I love myself more than I love you. Because if I want you to love me, I have to love myself. You know, some people hear me say that and they immediately think that I'm being selfish, but I'm not. I'm being very conscious of who I am. I'm believing in my capabilities. See, I've struggled with a lot of things in my life, and loving myself was one of those things that I struggled with for a very, very long time. I have friends and associates and perhaps even family members who struggle with the same thing. And I'm here to let you know, pay attention. Pay attention to your heart and how fond your heart is or is not of yourself. Loving the self is so important because we can't go ask anybody else to love us until we love ourselves. It is very difficult to love another if we don't love ourselves. A lot of people will look outside of themselves to obtain such love, passion, or feeling. A lot of us don't understand that we have everything we can ever desire and dream of right inside of ourselves. But still, we're conditioned by the things around us to look outside of ourselves for the very things that are within us. I'm here to share this with you because I'm just like you. I'm human. I bleed just like you. I breathe just like you. I've taken the time to really get to know who I am. I've taken the time to love my magnificence and my messiness. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful because I've been able to recognize the beauty in my flaws and the flaws in my beauty. I no longer am afraid of anything. I'm not afraid to be who I want to be. I'm not afraid to evolve. I'm not afraid to understand that the version of me today will not be the version of me tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. In fact, I get excited when I think about the possibilities of who I am becoming. I used to romance about my past, and then I realized it was not going to help me change. I had to romance about my future. I had to act as if I had already obtained the life that I've always dreamt of. And you can do that too. And that's why I share this with you all. I stand here in front of all of you, transparent. And I know many people who are not built yet to be this transparent. I believe anybody can change if they want to. That's where it begins. You don't change for somebody else because that change will be short-lived. And if you're going to go about this change, then you got to be all in. You got to be prepared to ride or die for yourself. Never mind riding or dying for someone else. I mean, it sounds cool. But if you're not ready to ride or die for yourself, then how can you be ready to ride or die for someone else? Yeah, I see some heads shaking, nodding. I see some eyebrows raising. Yeah, that's because it's the truth. So am I wrong to love myself first versus loving you first? No, I don't believe so. Because in order for me to be a better version of myself, I have to be willing to step all the way into myself and recognize where I may be lacking and contributing to myself. The more I love myself, the more I'm able to love others, the more that love shows up in everything around me. Not just in my family, not just with my friends, not just with my colleagues and coworkers, but even in the vibration that I feel when I wake up in the morning, the vibration I feel when I'm going through my day and I'm smiling and people are asking me, why are you smiling like that? It's because I am in love with myself and I am in love with who I am becoming. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him, and thank you so very much for being here with me again. Today we're talking about push past fear. I like this a lot. Y'all can feel my vibration, right? Right. I'm so happy to be here with you all. Notice when your fears are surfacing too. For me, my body tells me everything. My body perceives everything as a threat. That's how my anxiety comes in. I mean, my body feels it before my mind, I believe, can even process it to even tell my mouth what to say. So when I feel anxiety, I feel it completely in my body. And again, my body takes it as a threat, as a personal threat. Let me paint this picture for you. If I am on the way, we'll say to the mall, in my head, I have a schedule that I must abide by. Not a crazy schedule, very simple. Go to the mall, go to the store, go home, go to the airport. If anything gets in the way of me going to the mall, to the store, going home, and then to the airport, and I mean anything. I mean, if I hop in the car, go a mile, forget my shoes at home or my phone, the way I respond and internalize it is a personal threat. And my body feels it first. Full transparency, okay? That's how I internalize my anxiety. It's instantaneous too. So there's times where I don't want to respond or react, and I'm like, dang, that's how fast it is. Like, that's how fast. Instantly in my body, then my mind processes it, and then my mouth decides what it wants to do. Because I understand what I say is also energy. And it's going to play a huge, if not vital role in how I get beyond the reaction or not. Am I going to allow myself to live in the reaction and be stumped by it for hours, maybe days, maybe a week or so? Or am I going to get out of this thing pretty quick, 10 minutes, right? We want to get out of it quick. I want to get out of it quick, so I practice that. So where things once perhaps I was afraid of or things would frustrate me, I now tell myself, look for it, anticipate it, notice when your fear surfaces, okay? The one that says, it's going to happen again. If we're going to get to let go of fears, we have to recognize them first. So let's recognize our fears, everybody. Call out the fear. Get clear about what it is you're afraid of. Because you can't just be like, oh, I'm afraid of that. But why? Dig deep and then dig deeper. It may get uncomfortable. That's okay. That's a part of the growth process. I'm here to let you know. If you feel awkward, if you feel uncomfortable, give yourself a moment and then try again. Because what's on the other side of that, that's that magic you've been waiting for. That's that magic you've been searching for. And you're worth the effort. Become willing to let the past go through forgiveness. My mom always told me forgiveness is for yourself. It's not for the other person. And the older I became, the more enriched with information and knowledge and experience, I believe it to be absolutely true. Recognize that peace lives in you. This one, hits you right there in the kisser, doesn't it? Peace lives within each and every single one of us. We have to practice it. That's why I mentioned practicing stillness, meditation, yoga, working out, Pilates, walking, hiking, biking, whatever you want to do. Get your body into a peak state of mind to where you can control it to even be at ease in the most craziest of situations, right? You want to be the person at the airport who's just chilling. Plane's late, you know it. You're going to arrive late, you know it. But peace lives within you, and you allow it to live. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back.
Wait. I got John Mason. I got John Mayer shit.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Please say a prayer for those over in Turkey and continue praying for those in Ukraine. The world, as we all know, is going through a very dark time right now. So please, let's shine a light and show love. Thank you. And until the next time, be the best versions of yourself. Peace.
Cerritos Wheel and Custom is having their biggest parking lot sale ever. As a matter of fact, it's so big it will cover 2 full days, this Friday and Saturday. Cerritos Wheel and Custom's Bellflower location has thousands of tires and wheels at unbelievable prices. And when they say unbelievable prices, they mean Centerline Hellcat 16x8 aluminum wheels for only $239.95 each, or Dynomax Performance exhaust for your car, van, or truck only $19.99. The new GT 17x8 Mustang wheels for as low as $99.99 each. And with the purchase of any wheels and tires, receive 2 free laps at the Malibu Grand Prix. Good at their locations in Fountain Valley or Anaheim. Talk about bargains? You'll find them at Cerritos Wheel and Custom's huge parking lot sale this Friday and Saturday in Bellflower, 1 block north of the 91 freeway on Bellflower Boulevard. Remember, here's your chance to really clean up with fantastic buys for your car, van, or truck. It's the Cerritos Wheel and Custom's big parking lot sale this Friday and Saturday at Cerritos Wheel and Custom on Bellflower Boulevard in Bellflower.
Don't forget to pick up my new book, Kissed by the Wind, A Book of Poems and Passions, Volume 3, out now on Amazon Books. Go ahead and search Tavares Allen Garrett and get yourself a copy. Thank you for your support. Hey, Tavares here from Living Your Truth with Tavares. Always take time for your mental health. You matter. You are very important, and many people love having you around. So take the time for your mental health. I know life can get crazy. I know we all get busy. I know we got to be here, there, here. Oh yeah, and can't forget that meeting. I get it. But take the time to give yourself enough time so that you can cruise along into your day and about your day. There's no need to be playing catch up throughout the day. We all hate that feeling. I know I do. I can't stand rushing. It gets on my last nerve. So I do myself the honor and the privilege of giving myself a bit more time just so that I don't have to rush. There's no need to build up all that angst, all that cortisol inside your body, all that adrenaline. It's not good for you. So give yourself the time and have a great day. We'll see you next week. Welcome back to the show. This is Living the Truth with Tavares. I want to thank every single person who helped today with today's show. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in from all around the world. I really appreciate y'all. And I want to thank all the go-getters, man. All the people who push past fear. All the people who look at fear and say, you know what? Not today. I want y'all to acknowledge your fears. I want you to see your fears. I want you to understand your fears. I want you to walk right up to your fears and acknowledge them and know that they're not bigger than you. They're not more powerful than you. That's only what you've been telling yourself. If there's a car that you want, go out and get the car. If there's somebody you want to meet, go out and meet them. Just be a better version of you and just be you. Be kind. Be gentle. Be a great listener. Eye contact. Gotta have good eye contact. Fear is just a 4-letter word. That's it. Fear is whatever you want it to be. So I encourage you, use it. Use it as fuel. Let it propel you to new heights. Let it help you understand that you are bigger and brighter than you believe. Let fear come in encourage you and motivate you and provide momentum for when you need it most. Get on the other side of that decision. Get to the other side of that choice. What awaits you is what you've been waiting for. It's what you want. Go get it. Don't let fear get it. Fear don't care about it. You do. I do. People ask me all the time, Tavares, how do you do these podcasts? How do you put yourself out there? Because I come before fear. Fear still shows up. It knocks on the door. I open the door. We have a conversation. But I let fear know I got things to do. And fear's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, well, you know I'm going to do them. And fear's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, have a good day. And fear's like, yeah, okay, you too. And fear walks away with his shoulders all slumped, head all down, wanting me to get down with the program. But instead, I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to living. I subscribe to trying. You have to at least try. You have to at least go for it. You know why? Because you want to have that experience. Because one day you're going to tell that story to somebody who's going to need to hear your story. They're going to need to hear you and your struggle and how you rose up and came up out of it. And when you share that story, it is then you will know the power of pushing past fear. If you want to email me, go ahead. livingyourtruthpodcast@gmail.com, spelt how it sounds. If you're on X, we are at LIVIN, the letter U, the letter R, and the word truth. If you're on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, we are at Living Your Truth Podcast. Push past the fear, y'all. You can do it. And I mean you can do it. Believe in yourself. You're a magnetic field of energy. And like attracts like. Think yourself up and in, not down and out. Until the next time, be the better versions of yourself. Y'all know that. And live your truth. Peace. Take a moment to step into yourself. See yourself and validate yourself first. Take a moment to step into yourself with intention because you are worth the effort. Take a moment to recognize how important you are in this moment and that you have the power to change anything you can at any given time with your thoughts. Speak it into existence. See the visualization and see yourself in your vision. Believe it. We have to believe it, right? If we don't believe it for ourselves, we can't expect anyone else to believe it for us. And most importantly, above all else, feel it. Feel it in your spirit. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your mind. Feel it because you know that it's coming. You know that it's true and that it's meant for you. So be intentional about who you are. Wake up every day excited about who you are because you are worth the effort.
Next time on Living Your Truth with Tavares.
Doing what's needed. It's not always that easy, but necessary. On the next Living Your Truth with Tavares. Be sure to email us at livingyourtruthpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're on Twitter, we are at LIVINUR Truth. And if you're on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, we are at Living Your Truth Podcast. You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. And once you do, the magic will begin to happen. I'm happy to use my life as an example so that others can learn. You may have to let some things go before you become successful. Success looks different on everybody, and so does the process. Some of you want success but don't want to let go of the exact thing that's in your way of obtaining success. You can't have it both ways. Welcome to Living Your Truth with Tavares. Wow, thank you. I am living in my blessing. Thank you so much. This is great.